What's up, y'all? It's Nick here with U.S. Business Experts here on a little webinar. Let's see, we have about 62 people in here so far. And today we're just going to be going over business credit, all right? How to get business credit for your EIN that's not linked to your SSN with no personal credit check, all right, on any applications, all right? So I get this question a lot. Most people have no idea what business credit is, all right? So business credit is like building your own profile for your separate than your social security number, right? It's the only legal way to have a secondary profile, all right? Business credit is credit that is obtained in a business name. With business credit, the business builds its own credit profile and credit score for its EIN number. This credit is in the business name only and based on the business's ability to pay, not the business owner, okay? So it's huge. All right, with an established credit profile and score, the business will then qualify for credit. The business qualified for revolving store credit cards like Staples, Lowe's, Sam's Club, Costco, BP, Walmart, and even a MasterCard, Visa, Amex, or auto financing, right? Whether you're leasing or buying. All right, the business can also qualify for credit lines and loans using its own business credit, right, with no personal guarantor. All right, so here are some of old clients that are just showcasing that they've got their business credit lines, whether it's Ninth Vendor here with JCPenney, we have a Staples business card, store card, and here's an Amazon line of credit with no PG, right, $17,000 limit, right? So building and having business credit is huge. And why it's so big is because it doubles your borrowing ability. One, you can get personal funding if you have a good credit score, right? A strong profile on your personal side. But you can also double up and get business funding as well on top of that personal funding. Okay, and what lenders typically do, they'll typically give you 3 times as much of the amount in business funding. Right? Because in their eyes, they could see you being able to pay back your debts easier as a business than you would be as a regular person. All right? And having business credit benefits are making you more lendable. Like I said, getting access to more cash. Banks like lending to other businesses instead of, individuals. All right. So here's a snapshot of what your business credit report would look like. And this is what we would consider a bad score. You can see here, the score is a 28, which shows medium risk, but the 6 is medium to high risk as far as financial stability. Okay, you want this score to be between 80 and 100. And you can see on the report, everything's at zeros, meaning they have absolutely no trade lines on their report. So some of you that might already have a business and it might be reporting with any of the various business credit bureaus, you might have a low score like this and don't even know it because you don't even know how to check your business credit report, right? And this is considered a failing score before you start building it up. And it'll give you a credit recommendation down here at the bottom of only $1,000. So that's not a type of credit limit you want to get on the business side. And it shows you the factors, lack of active trades. So no active trades gives you a low score, deeming you as a high risk. Okay, so once this started building up, right, you can see we started with a 28 score. At the next reporting date, it had risen to a 47, and it's all the way up to a 93, right, with just one trade line posting. Right, this is a net 30, which means this account is a vendor account, have 30 days to pay, and it shows the credit was higher than $100, and the balance is currently 0, right? And now we're looking at a score of 96, which is a low risk, and financial stability is at a 55. It's not the best, but it's only because there's only one revolving trade line posted. Once you have more trade lines posted, then you'll be less of a risk, all right? And you can see the credit limit recommendation is slowly going up with just one trade line. All right, so now we can see it's at a 96 score, and now it's at a 98 financial stability score, which is extremely low risk. And you can see because all these trade lines right here are posting now, and making payments on time or early. If you have a 96, you're pretty much making payments early. If you have an 80, you're pretty much making payments exactly on time. So you really want to be on time or early to boost your score, your business credit score. All right. And this has absolutely nothing to do with your personal credit, right? It's its own entity. And you can get various forms of credit with just your business name. All right. And like I said, it's the only legal way to have two credit profiles. You can have a personal SSN and you can have a business EIN, which is your social for your business, right? So, but it doesn't stop you from having multiple businesses. Just imagine having set up 5 different businesses and you want to get funding through all 5. Just imagine getting 100 to 250,000 in, credit for all 5 businesses. Okay. So one of the business benefits is, fast initial establishment of credit and score, right? You can do this pretty fast within 3 to 6 months, building it up pretty strong to get any amount of funding that you need for your business. All right. And the good thing about your business credit score is only based on one factor, right? How you pay back. That's it. Right. But if you look at how personal credit scores are factored on, there's 5 different ones. You have your payment history, which is 35%. Your utilization, overall credit utilization, which is 30% of your score. Length of credit history, which is 15% of your score. Accumulation of new credit, which is 10% of your score. And range of credit mix is 10% of your score, right? That's also some things that a lot of people don't know about how their personal credit score is scored either, okay? So when a Dun & Bradstreet, which is your PAYDEX score, which you're on your business report, if it shows low, then they will send these messages over to any lender that you're trying to get funding with, right? It will say very stable condition, high likelihood of continued operations, and very low potential for several delinquent payments, right? That's what you want lenders to see when they pull your business credit report, all right? So here we have an example of someone who got $12,000 in with no PG in their Sam's Club. All right. And another one who got approved for Amazon line of credit with no PG, right? So the system works. Here's another one who got a fleet card, which is a fuel and fleet card, which basically is big time for any businesses that use cars or trucks for their business, right? You get discounts on fuel and you get discounts on all your maintenance, right? It's strictly for vehicles. And this one is a whole $15,000 line of credit, right? It's just big time. It's perfect for startups because most banks, if you walk into a bank, if you don't have 2 years in business with monthly cash flow, they will not lend to you, right? So business credit lines and building up your business credit profile is huge for startups because you don't need a cash flow requirement. But if you do have a startup business with cash flow over the past 3 months, we can also help you get even more funding with just the deposits going into your bank account. All right. And it gives you competitive advantage over other companies who are waiting that 2-year mark to get funding to increase their business. All right. No collateral requirements, meaning you don't have to put up real estate or vehicles to guarantee any of these business lines of credit or credit lines. All right. And it's easier to grow your business than ever before when you have access to capital. Most businesses go out of business because they don't have the funds to continue through the downfalls and the slow seasons, right? But most big successful companies have unlimited access to cash flow because they have built up their business credit. And just to give you some examples, all right, here's a company, Pilot Travel Centers, out of Knoxville, Tennessee. They have over 150 trade lines on their account, meaning they have access to money on 153 different occasions, right? Currently open, right? They have a score and they have profile plus. Second company is Publix, which is a big supermarket. A lot of people know who Publix is, and they have 171 open lines of credit on their business, right? So basically what these companies and stores do, they access their credit to maybe they need to buy products to load up their shelves. And instead of dipping into their cash flow, they just dip into their business lines of credit. And once those things are start selling off the shelves, then you slowly pay down your credit line. It's an easy, simple process. All right. Here's a company that everyone knows, which is Walmart. 80% of their cash injection comes from business credit, right? And you can see they have over 500 lines of credit or credit lines they have access to. All right. So if you can see a huge conglomerate like Walmart has a lot of trade lines, then you should know that you should be using trade lines and lines of credit yourself, all right, to expand your small business. Okay. Big businesses are doing it. You definitely should be doing it because they know something that you don't know. All right. And you can even get, these are what it looks like if you have a startup company, right? 14 trade lines, you can get up to 14 trade lines in, a good 4 to 6 months. Okay. And we have access to all the starter vendors and the store credits you can get to start up for your startup and to help you expand and grow your business. All right. So the question we get all the time, how do we grow and build our business credit? All right. So the first thing we have to do is make sure your business is set up credibly in the eyes of lenders. All right. All your T's have to be crossed and your I's have to be dotted to make sure you don't get any declines for any type of funding you want to get for your business. All right. Your company name has to be on point. You want to keep it pretty much generic. Like ours is U.S. Business Experts. It could be, in any different industry. You could also use Wise Capital or, Wise Financial. You don't want to limit yourself to one industry like U.S. Business Credit Repair, because once they see certain names or certain industries, they're deemed as high risk and they will not lend to you. Okay. So you want to keep generic names. You want to have a business address, not your home, not a PO box, not a UPS or a FedEx. It has to be a business address. We like to use Regis or WeWork, or you can go online for a virtual address, right, to get everything forwarded to your home address. It's up to you. All right, you don't have to have a physical business location, but you can go online and get a business address for pretty cheap. All right. Now you need a business phone number, not your cell phone, not your home phone. There's Ring. You can use Ring Central. And there's a couple other businesses out there you can look online. And you would preferably want a 1-800 number because that shows up stronger on when we go to apply for your funding and lenders see a 1-800 number, they think you're even more legit. Okay. So we want to set you up a good website. So when lenders see your website and application and they go look it up, they want to make sure your actual business in motion. Okay. And you want to have your email set up from your website. So we'll set you up an email. Ours is at usbusinessexpert.com, right? There's no Gmail, no Yahoo, no Hotmail. You want a strictly business website with your company name and your email with your company name in it. All right. You want to make sure your licenses and documents are in order. So depending on what industry you're in, you check with your state to see if you have to be licensed to do business. And it's pretty cheap fee, probably $50 to $150 to pay for a license in your industry, in your state. And, if you have an office, you will have to put that license up on the wall somewhere. And you also need to make sure that your LLC or corporation is registered with the state, meaning you have articles of organization for your business. All right. That is the true tell of having a business. If you don't have articles of organization and you're not registered with the state, you do not have a true business. So you want to make sure that all of the listings online are congruent with your business name, your business email, and your business phone number. They all have to match. If any of them are off, you can get declined for some funding. Okay. So you want to make sure they're all congruent everywhere we list your business. We'll list it the exact same. So that way there's no discrepancy with helping you get funded. All right. So of course you're going to have an EIN number, which is basically a social security number for your business. Okay. And it's free. We can go online and get that within a couple minutes for you. Anyone can do that. We'll help you get set up a business bank account. right? Which is huge. You don't want your business funds commingling with your personal funds at all. All right. If you want to pay yourself, you pay yourself from the business account, but you want to have all your cash flow going into the business account, because another reason is, even if you don't have business credit set up, if you're in business for at least 3 to 4 months and you have cash flow going into that business bank account, we can take you to our lenders and get you a line of credit based on your cash flow. Even with a horrible personal credit score, doesn't matter. It'll be based off your business cash flow. So that's one big thing we tell all our clients, to make sure all their cash flow is going to the business account. If you want some of that to go into your personal account, you pay yourself out from that business account. All right. So we want to get you set up with the business credit reporting agencies, and there's like 12, but you really only need to be focused on, 3 or 4 of them. You want to get your report and see what they're reporting currently. Like I said, most people don't even know their business has a business credit score, right? And you don't want your score to be looking like this with the 28 failing score, and you're a medium to high risk to get lending, and banks will only give you $1,000 on the business side, which is it's nothing. All right. So these are the main ones: Dun & Bradstreet, Experian, and Equifax. Those are the 3 main credit bureaus on the business side. Of course, there are more, but they can contain up to 5 different credit scores between those 3 different reports. Okay. So step 3, after all that is done, we start getting you approved for vendor credit. All right. So that's the starter credit. Places like Quill, Uline, Granger, Monopolize, your marketplace, places like that, that will give you, net 10, net 15, net 30 terms, which just means you have 10 days, 15 days, or 30 days to pay back whatever you purchase from them. Okay. So once you make that payment back, they'll report to the bureaus, and they'll start populating a business credit report score for you. Right now, 90% of trade vendors do not report to the business reporting agency. So you need to make sure you use vendors who will approve you and report with no established credit now. All right. And you need to have 5 of these payment experiences reporting to the credit bureaus before we can go to the next step of getting store credit. All right. So we give you, the 4 or 5 different companies I just named to get you starter vendor credit, so we can take those payments and then we can go to the next step to get you store credit. All right. Now, you've got to start a business credit profile with starter vendors. There's really no way around it unless you're going to personal guarantee with your credit. And if you do that, that means you're not really getting true business credit. You're basically just getting personal credit on steroids. All right. So you're still liable for all the credit that you accumulate with your SSN. All right. So starter vendors are ones who will give you initial credit even if you have no credit, no score, no trade lines. Now, right, most stores like Staples won't give you initial starter credit, so don't even try to apply. Right, you got to start with the vendor, then you can go to the store. Okay. So here's an example of Tiffany, who opened her Quill account, and she got her her Quill printer in the mail. Uline is also the other company we recommend for starter vendor credit. All right, you typically get your items within a week or 2, and they report, every 30 days to the business credit bureaus. All right, so there are 2 alternatives to using vendor accounts, which is DNB Credit Builder, which is through the DNB website, and it's a fee. Okay, you're gonna charge a fee for them to build your DNB credit, and but that's only one, business credit bureau. Imagine only building your TransUnion on your personal side, and your Equifax and Experian are empty, right? You don't want that. And the other way is the unsecured business financing, basically with personal guaranteeing with your personal credit score at 685 FICO and higher is required. Okay. So these are personal guarantees, and you can skip that process of your building your business credit. But like I said, if you default on any of these will show up on your personal credit report and screw you over. But they don't hurt, right? If you're in a rush, they're a great option to go through. All right, so here's an example of store cards and fleet cards. All right, he has his Amazon account he just got right here. It was 6,500, and he's only missing his 6 net 30 vendors, which most net 30 vendors don't have credit cards. All right. So just to show you examples of this works, okay? This client just received their $22,000 Chase business credit card for the first time. And like I said, $22,000 is pretty high for your first card, but it's business, so that's normal for a business credit card, right? Most personal accounts won't get a $22,000 limit their first go around, all right? So what we'll do is continue applying for more credit, and you can use it to grow your business as you get approved, and use that credit regularly to grow. Pay your bills on time for sure, and always use business credit instead of cash. Right? If you see anything, just use your line of credit or credit line to pay for it, and pay off the credit with the cash you have. All right, later. And don't forget to leave the SSN field blank on any credit applications, because if you do put it on there, then you're basically personally guaranteeing all business credit with your social security number, and that's not what you want. So just to give you an idea of some of the clients we've just recently done, all right, here, this client was approved for between 55 and 85,000 after, looking at their personal and business. Okay, this client was pre-approved for 40 to 60,000, and this is after looking at her personal and business. Right, these are startups, 2 startup companies, and this last one just approved on the 7th, about a month ago, and got them approved for 60 to 90K and funding between personal and business. All right, so if you want us to, take you through the whole process of cleaning up your personal credit to get you, more funding or get you even access to any funding, and then we can help you start up your own business, set it up credibly, and we can help build your business credit so you can get, 2 to 3 times more the money. All right. As you can see, we do have fee. All right. It's pretty much a 10% performance fee. We don't get paid unless we get you money. So if you guys have any questions, just drop a comment down below, or you can email me at wise@usbusinessexperts.com. I'll drop it down below as well. And, let's keep making 2020 a great year, expand your business, expand your personal credit. And just so you guys know, this is just one round of funding, right? We can go for another round of funding in 4 to 6 months. So, and if you're really good, we can, remove any inquiries and go for another round of funding in 3 to 4 months. All right. So I gladly appreciate your time, and let's expand everyone's financial capability in 2020. Let's get it.